Hey, good morning, girlfriends. Today is Sunday, and as you know, a lot of people have been asked to kind of stay on the home front, which I'm doing. I usually drive, I'm out driving either on Sundays, Saturdays, Fridays, but this weekend I forewent that. I didn't decide to do that. But you know what? I think today is a great day to clean out my refrigerator. As you can see, this is what I look like first thing in the morning. No makeup. Don't be scared. It's just me. It's still me. But I'm going to clean out my refrigerator today. I thought it would be a great chance to show you how to store different things. And then later on I'll come back with what I'm making for dinner this evening. So let's take a look and see. This is a short preview of what's on the menu tonight, and we're looking at some lamb ribs that I have, so that should be exciting. And to do that, as far as like thawing out the lamb ribs, I'm going to be using tepid to cold water to thaw them out. Never ever ever take your meat out, poultry or what have you, and leave it out on the counter to defrost. It's very dangerous. There's a lot of germs, and it could become contaminated, and as a result you can become sick. So you just let your water run, or you can put it in a bowl of water, or you can cook it from the frozen state. However, I don't want to do that. I want them thawed out because I have to season them, and this is how you do it. So I found that I had some asparagus left over in my refrigerator. The best way to store them, it's very simple. Just get a glass of water and you can put them in it. Just put like maybe this much water as far as like in your glass. Leave them and put it in your fridge. That's as simple as it gets. Now I have some green onions that I have had sitting there. I'm always buying them. You know, whenever you go to the store and you just like constantly just keep replenishing what you have, that's me when it comes to onions, garlic, all that kind of stuff. So what I do is when they start multiplying, like I have now about 2 or 3 bunches, I basically will just go and rinse them off first. Let me go rinse them off. After I've washed and dried my spring onions that I've had in my refrigerator, I'm going to take and cut them up. I'm going to cut off of the ends first of all. Just like that. And let me get this out the way. And you can cut them smaller if you want, but this is good for me. And what I like to do is put them into plastic bags. Now, you could put them into like one great giant Ziploc bag if you'd like. But because I'm using them all the time, I split them up. So I like to get these little snack bags. And like I'll put like a couple in here. You know. Make sure that you get like all of the air out and just like snap it closed, and I just repeat until I fill up enough bags. Take a handful, do the same, and just, you know, repeat this until you've got all of it gone. The same thing with like this portion, just cut off the ends where the little fronds are. What do they call fronds? F-R-O-N-D-S. I think that's how you, or what they're called. But anyway, the ends where all the, looks like little sprouts are from when they were in the ground. Just cut these off. And you can use these in soups, sauces, your recipes that you make. I'm going to cut these down just a little bit more. And as you can see here, I have my onions, which I have like in a separate plastic compartment. I have red, I have Spanish, I have yellow. And I just take some of my green spring onions and I place them in here, because I use quite a bit during the week. Now we have cilantro. To store cilantro, you want to try to get the moisture, as much moisture as you can, out of the leaves, because otherwise they're going to become really wilted and then they're going to turn black and it's just yuck. You don't want that. So first you take your cilantro, you look through your leaves and pick out any ones that are like, you know, wilted if you have any, and you let it sit out for about, I would say like 10 to 15 minutes if it's right from the store, so that it can dry out. I do that with a lot of my herbs that I buy. I just let them sit out. I even do that with spinach before I, you know, wrap it up. And it's pretty much the same way. Just take it, let it sit out for a while. Once it has dried off, then I take a paper towel like this, and I start taking bunches of the cilantro and I put it in the paper towel. Let me move this out the way so that you can see it better. Alright, so here we have the cilantro. I roll it up like this. Then I put some more cilantro. This one got away. Like this. Roll it up again. Add some more cilantro. Roll it up again. These last few pieces I just throw in there. Just roll it up just like that. Tuck it in and roll it. Once you've done that and they're all tucked in, and you can tell if your paper towel is wet, then you know that basically it needs to dry out some more if your paper towel is wet. This is relatively dry. So at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and put my cilantro into a Ziploc bag. Make sure it's a fresh bag. I'm going to put it in here, just like this. As you can see it. Pat it down. You want to make sure all the air is out too. So, and I basically just like roll it like this in the paper, in the plastic Ziploc bag. Like that. Get all my air out. Fold it over. And then I just like snap it. And this too goes into my container that I have my other vegetables. So I can put this in here as well. I have some spring mix salad that originally came in this container. If you leave it in the container, as you can see, the moisture, I don't know if you can see it, is building up in the container. You don't want that. So what you do is you take it out. I like to use a strainer. Or you can place it, even place it like on a cookie sheet. And I'm going to let this sit out for a while because it's so moist, it needs to dry out. And that is as far as like the danger with salads and leafy items. If there's moisture, they're going to wilt and turn brown, and then you wasted your money as far as like shopping. So I'm just going to leave these here and pick through them to see if there's any dead portions, and I'm going to let it dry out. Once it's dried out, I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the coriander with the paper towels, except I'm going to put it back in the original container, and we'll be back to show you that. You want to dry out the container as much as possible while I'm waiting for the leaves to dry. Just make sure it's nice and dry and that there's no moisture anywhere. Take this little piece out. There, it's nice and dry. Now that the salad mix has dried out, I'm going to take some paper towels folded and start adding the salad mix into the container on top of the paper towels. I put as much as I can, and when that is filled, I turn around and add some more paper towels on top of that. So I've got that. I've got another. I usually use like 2 paper towels. And I'll go ahead, put that on top of the salad mix that's already in there. Tuck it in. And then go ahead and add the rest of the salad mix. Got all that in there. Make sure I don't miss any. Then the last layer, I use one, and it's just like tucking something in with a blanket. Cover it over, just like that. And then I'm going to close the top. Now I'm going to put it back into the refrigerator. The paper towels keep the moisture out, and it will be ready to eat nice and fresh when you want it. These are cherry tomatoes that I basically forgot about that I had. And this is what happens when your refrigerator gets too full. I teach a lot of classes, and I bring the ingredients home at the end of the night. And usually what happens is that I have so much stuff in my refrigerator that I have to go and take some time on the weekend and clean it out. As you can see, they've started to get little shriveled up. So the thing that I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to make some tomato sauce. So that will be, I might try to attach it to this video, or I'll do a separate video on that. In the meantime, I'll show you what my cheese drawer looks like. I have lots of cheese. So you want to clean your shelves down with warm soapy water, and then I use like a bleach concentrate as well. This is I have 2 drawers left and I'm done. So that's great. Just wipe them clean. Just want to make sure. And you should be cleaning out your refrigerator at least every couple of weeks or so. Don't let months go by, please. Okay? Because you'll get sick just from the food in there. Wipe it nice and clean. Sometimes I just like let it air dry for the most concentrated cleaning. And here we have some broccoli. Okay, this is fresh broccoli that I bought probably not too long ago, within the last day or so. And what you do is you don't keep these in the original packaging either. And how you store it is really simple as well. You also want to wrap these in paper towels. However, you don't want to wash them. You want to leave them unwashed. And then you want to just wrap them up. I guess I can wrap this individually, I guess. Yeah, we'll do it individually. But the thing about it is that you're going to have to use it within a couple of days because broccoli does not keep. So unless you're going to be using it in a timely manner, like in a couple of days or so, or the most maybe a week, this is what you do. Just wrap it up in this and put it in your refrigerator. Paper towel. If you find that you're not using broccoli in a timely manner, then just use the frozen kind. You know, frozen is always best if you find out that you're not using your vegetables as quick as you want. I've wrapped up each piece and I will now put these in the refrigerator as well. But I'll be taking them back out tonight because I'll be using them in a recipe that I'm making. This is my cheese drawer that I have. As you can see, I have fresh Parmesan cheese in there. I have feta cheese. I have brie, Gouda, mozzarella. This is my cheese drawer. As you can tell, I cook with a lot of cheese too. I love cheese. So I always go and mix it. Take the time to look at your expiration dates. Like for example, where's the one on here? Sell by May 18th. Okay, we're good to go. I've already gone through this drawer, so I know what's what. The next thing we'll look at as far as cleaning out the fridge, I got one more level to go. And I can see I have some butter, some pasta, some limes. I'm going to take those out and let's see what we have with that. I keep my butter, I usually keep most of it in the refrigerator. Whatever you're not using, you need to put it in the freezer. I have the unsalted butter, and then I have a butter spread that I like to keep in the refrigerator as well. This has olive oil and sea salt in it. See, leave it in its original container. As for the sticks that I like to leave out and get soft, I use a container that I usually leave on the counter, and sometimes I put my clarified butter when I make that in it too. And just take your sticks of butter and just drop them into here. You can leave it on the countertop. It's not going to get rancid, especially if you're using it, you know, on a daily basis. Most of the stuff that I have, I'm using all the time. But this is one of those containers from back in the day, but it works. So I usually leave this out on the counter, and I'll put these other two in the freezer. Now I have my fruits, my oranges. I have some lemons in here that I'm going to put in with them, and my limes as well. I will just put those on this side. I'm turning it around so you can see it. And these will go into my refrigerator as well. I will put it down because there's humidity control button down where you keep your fruit and your vegetables. So I will pack these into the refrigerator. Now what do you do if you have a lemon or a lime that is past its prime? What do you do with it? Well, I'll tell you what I do with mine. Let me show you. Look at this lemon. It's past its prime. You say, well, I'm just going to throw it in the trash. Nope. Don't just do that. Let me cut this in half. Excuse my ashy hands. I've been in water. See this? What I like to do, you can use it as part of a cleaner, but also it's great for your garbage disposal. So just take it, put it down your sink, turn the water on, it cleans out your garbage disposal and it makes your sink smell so fresh. That's what I do with mine. I'm going to put these back in the refrigerator, and we're going to wind up with our Clean the Fridge program. I have my root vegetables like potatoes. I have some peppers. I use them up really quickly as well. And I have some shredded carrots. Again, I use those as well. And I do the same thing. I want those on, like, I usually keep that on a low humidity. Definitely. As far as eggs, never take your eggs and put them in the egg carrier. They'll go bad really fast. I hope you enjoyed that little tutorial of mine today on keeping your fridge with fresh ingredients and how to store them. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I'd love to have you on a regular basis. I'm going to get ready for dinner, and I'll be back with that sometime later this evening. So in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your day. Talk to you later.